Another pizza.
Hi, good evening, and thank you for attending my informative speech. Today I will be giving a speech on the history of the Non-Commissioned Officer Corps. So, A's!
Right.
These simple two words have many meanings, but most commonly are used by non-commissioned officers when trying to get the attention of their soldiers in any given area. Although at ease may go back as far as the non-commissioned officer corps, it is used abroad and by many other forces. Today I will be giving a brief history on the development of the NCO Corps and how it has shaped today's Army. The history of the Non-Commissioned Officer Corps began in 1775 with the birth of the Continental Army on the same day as the United States Army. So in essence, you could say they're twins. Different from the enemy, the NCO did not mimic its enemies such as the French, the Prussians, and the British. Instead, they blended the best of all three to become free-thinking individuals that would be proven in battle as a far more superior force. Non-commissioned officers have been vital in every war throughout history. During the Revolutionary War, NCOs lacked standards and discipline. They had no structure, they had no clue of what to do, did not understand their job. With that being said, they did not even understand the chain of command. So recruited by General George Washington himself to establish and standardize a code for non-commissioned officers was the first Inspector General of the Army. His name was Frederick von Steuben. He was a Prussian officer recruited from England. He wrote the regulation for the order and discipline of the United States, commonly referred to as the Blue Book. This established standards in the ranks. It's still used today, although it's been altered and changed, but the drill ceremony book that the United States Army uses today is still called the Blue Book. With established standards of discipline, von Steuben developed duties and descriptions for senior non-commissioned officers to adhere by. With its baseline established, the NCO Corps continued to evolve and develop to the standard bearers we are today. From leading the line near the skirmishes to non-commissioned officers progressed their tactics by changing the way soldiers fought. The Civil War was the first war that would allow non-commissioned officers to become combat leaders. This would also lead to further development of the non-commissioned officer rank structure and eventually would regard into their pay. During World War II, this further enabled the non-commissioned officers to become the true professionals by training soldiers in preparation for wars. All soldiers arrived to their units only receiving the basic training of tasks, the basic tasks that they were trained at. In other words, they will only receive the basics at basic training. When they arrived at their units, it was up to their first NCO to train them in combat. During the Korean War, NCOs were relied upon to lead battles more than the officers, engaging the enemy more times rather than by the officers. The Army was fully integrated at this point, and black and white soldiers were working together. Black NCOs would train white soldiers, and white NCOs would train black soldiers. This was the first time this was seen during the United States Army's history. They all united together to fight a common enemy. During Vietnam led to the strengthening of the junior NCO Corps. With the high casualty rates, much of the combat leaders was left to the NCO rather than officers in the units. Many of the corporals would be conducting the training, and this was also the beginning of the NCO education system. With the high need for NCOs, they were quickly sent out to one of three sites at Fort Benning, Fort Lee, and Fort Knox. While they were there, they attended a 12-week non-commissioned officer education course, and then they moved on to a 10-week hands-on course preparing them to go to Vietnam. Although many other wars occurred and have greatly affected the non-commissioned officer corps, none have affected it as much as those beginning wars. So in conclusion, today's Army started as a makeshift militia. It evolved and continues to evolve only with the help of the non-commissioned officers playing key roles in combat and in the day-to-day activities. It's been said that a non-commissioned officer corps is the backbone of the Army. I feel that for every great leader and every great general that has been recognized in either a book or a movie, that there was a strong, great NCO behind him, leading them and being where the tires hit the ground. And